Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I'm here on the MSCC side and I was just reading some reports from the CDC and they were discussing those passengers who were flown back to the United States even though they weren't feeling well from Japan. And we were wondering why. So to recap the story, the United States sent a plane down to Yokohama, Japan to fly back all those passengers, United States citizens, who had been stuck on the Princess cruise ship. Well, as they were waiting to take off, it apparently came down that 14 of the passengers shouldn't be on the flight. And you know why? That's because they had the virus. That's right. And apparently they, sent them off into their own area and then discussions started. The discussions apparently were between the Japanese officials as well as the U.S. State Department and the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. And the Center for Disease Control was saying you should not bring these people back to the States right now because you risk giving this all to the other passengers who were on that plane. And apparently they were overruled by the State Department. That's right, the government officials, not the Center for Disease Control, made that call. In other words, somebody who's not a doctor, who has no health official capacity whatsoever, is the one who decided that this was a good idea. And so they were flown back. And it was such a big thing that the chairman of this CDC asked that her name not be put on the report saying that this was okay, because the CDC absolutely thought this was a bad idea. I was very, curious myself, going, why would you fly people back knowing this? Why are you taking that risk? We just saw what happened with that one passenger from the Holland America cruise ship, how they started searching for all the different passengers on that ship once they found out one person had it. So what are they doing with putting 14 of them in a closed box at 40,000 feet for 10 hours? It didn't make sense to me, and now I figured out why it does make sense, because the people who made the decisions are government officials and not people who are health officials or doctors. Now it makes sense, right? Now it makes sense politically. And don't tell me that, it's because it's this politician or that politician. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's bureaucracy, and bureaucracy should not overrule medical decisions, ever, no matter who's making the decisions. So that's why these people were brought back to the United States. And it was a questionable decision. Some people were actually on the plane were quite happy, said, oh yes, they deserve to go back home and everything, while others were saying, why are you putting us at risk now? All those other people had to, couldn't travel. What makes these 14 more special than the other, 50 still left in Japan? And that's a very good question. So that's what happened. It's your bureaucracy dollars at work and not your medical dollars at work. It's crazy what happens when government sticks their nose in anything, right? It's just, and it doesn't matter what country you're from. It happens everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Let me know what you guys think down below. Should they have been flown back? Should they have been kept in Japan? Or, is this okay? Personally, I think they did take a risk for all those other passengers on that plane. It was not a smart decision, but that's just my opinion. Let me know yours down in the comments below. I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.